All right, Shalom. Giving all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles, a great millstone that teach us His truth through the Spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. All right, the title of this lesson basically going into, in the news, biblical prophecies, and we're all witnessing, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Only the elect can see it, but we are witnessing the downfall of a system. All right, the collapse of Babylon the Great, all across, the world, the collapse of these different empires, infrastructures, basically just dealing with prophecies. All right, and that's how through the Spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, that us being the prophets, the men of the Lord, the hopeful, fearful elect, we've been coming, starting off with our elders and apostles of Great Millstone that have been doing this work for, 30, 40 plus years. And now these prophecies they're hitting. All right, they're hitting very hard, man. All right, there's no denying, who is the people of the Lord. All right, there's no denying, the end of the world, because, hey, this world is about to be thrown down with violence. As you can see what's going on in the world, nothing but violence, chaos, corruption. All right, this place, like I always say in my videos, and other elders and apostles and bishops, and I say in all their videos, hey, there's no hope in Babylon the Great America. There's no saving this place. It's only going to get worse. All right, and it's all through the Spirit and power Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right. And Elder Apostle Dahar did a video, Total Chaos in Nepal, Uproars of the People. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is, and you already know the rest. Jacob is the new up and coming rulers that's going to rule this planet Earth through the Spirit and power Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right. And Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it. That follow-up goes into 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, verse 9. And we're witnessing the downfall and the end of Esau's Edom infrastructure, his power, all right, rulership, so on and so forth, whatever you want to call it. The so-called white man, his world is crumbling before our very eyes. So us in the knowing, us that are the believers of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, hey, all we have to do is just hold on, keep prophesying, give this devil and give Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai no rest, pursuing the Isaiah the 62nd chapter, until Jerusalem be a praise in the earth again. And we're about to be that praise in the earth, man. Kahalayim la Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash, for this truth, for the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the truth that was given unto the men, the elders, the apostles of Great Millstone, man. All right, the ones that have the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai upon them to just prophesy, all right, without no gimmicks, without no extra bullshit, none of that. All right, and now, according to Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, these prophecies are speaking and they are being fulfilled. And soon to come, all this chaos and anarchy is going to come to Babylon the Great, whether you people believe it or not. All right, and this American system is not for you Americans, especially for you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indian descent, so-called Haitians and Jamaicans. Nero, Nero 2.0 is showing his true hatred towards you tribes, man. And there's no new thing underneath the sun. And we've been coming out week in and week out prophesying. Kept prophesying through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And that's what it's all about, prophecies. Okay? And sooner or later, this shit will come. It will come to Babylon the Great, America. Let's see, protests in Indonesia. All right. And both Nepal and Indonesia, I believe, is in the the Asia countries, or whatever the case may be. I know Nepal, I think, is in Southeast Asia because I looked it up. Let's see. It's in South Asia and Indonesia is a country in Asia. All right, both in those Asian, countries, so on and so forth. But nonetheless, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is stirring up the minds of the people to rebel. All right, basically protesting, dealing with what's going on in the earth, the unfairness of what's going on in the earth. It's already in our reach. The Wikipedia information 2025, Nepalese Gen Z protests. It says Gen Z students and young citizens, commonly referred to as Gen Z protests. They began following a nationwide ban on numerous social media platforms, but their origin in the public frustration with corruption and display of wealth by government officials and their families. And that all is going into, at the end of the day, these Amalekites, these the so-called people of God. I'ma just say that. So-called people of God, they are the ones that is orchestrating and controlling what's going on with these different countries. Like the scriptures say. And I'm thinking about Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. He heapeth unto himself all people and all nations, and also going to the least of the flock shall draw them out. All right, those people of Israel in the land, that's the people that's in the land of Israel today, which are the Hatters. All right, they're going to bring in Babylon the Great, ultimately for this World War III to pop off, man. And World War III is going to pop off, and that's through the prophecies and the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Because we are definitely living in those times, man. People can't deny it. And if you deny it, shit, that's your loss, man. But at this point, we too far late in the fourth quarter, of the game to say that, these prophecies ain't coming to pass or the Lord is not real. So for you people, otherwise that don't want to believe still, prepare for great slaughter upon you and your household, man. All right. But that's exactly what's about to happen. Stupid. Anyway. Salakia, trying to gather myself, watching these damn people. People can't fucking drive, bro. Yeah. Anyway, but that's what's going on in the world, man. Protests, uprisings, so on and so forth. And it's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, not only that, you got, seditions and the Egyptians against the Egyptians, dealing with the Americans against the Americans, the red states versus the blue states, the Democrats versus the Republicans. And due to that individual, Mr. Kirk, got so-called assassinated, which at first, I didn't know how to feel about it. I had to analyze it a little bit more. And, other, Akim and elders did their video into it. Ultimately, whether it be real or fake, it's all psyop. Because at the end of the day, they're trying to bring in total, control, and they want that order out of chaos. And with that being said, and what that means is they will orchestrate or create, chaos. And then while they creating the chaos and the world is on edge, the people is on edge, meanwhile, they're going to come with that order, all right, that law and order, aka martial law, all right, and that's also prophesied in the Bible too, all right, because that's the times that we're living in. We're in the times of biblical prophecies. Oh, I ain't know if I want to sit there or not. Fuck it, I'll stand up. Violence sweeps across Indonesia. Aimed protests over worsening economy, and that's another thing too. All right, they're gonna crash the dollar that most people do not know about or don't even believe or consider. All right, not understanding the times that we're living in, not understanding the signs that is being brought forth in the earth. And it's plenty of articles, news articles, outlets, so on and so forth that tell you the agendas of these so-called rich and wealthy, letting you know they're in control of all things, and whatever they says goes, man. All right, Kyle Schwab, the leader of the WEF, World Economic Forums. All right, he said you Americans will own nothing and be happy. That means something to him. Him and the counterparts that think like unto him, they really want to have control of the people of America, Babylon the Great. They really want to try to, keep people at a suffering state. But that's basically the times that we're living in, man. All through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. I'm not going to make this video too long. I just want to get a couple of scriptures, a couple of precepts, and then I'm going to close out. Lord will, I go out, later on tonight, because that's why I'm, preparing for whatever, do our street ministry. But nonetheless, hey, we're definitely here, man. The times of Jacob's trouble, all hell is about to break loose. So, hey, we got to be circumspect. All right, we got to be careful of our, surroundings, how we maneuver, how we, walk in this world. All right, we got to stay prayed up, because the times is getting worse, and it's only going to get worse until it intensifies and it just blows all over, man. So I'm gonna get 2nd Ezra 15 right quick, and verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. And another precept that go along with that is 2nd Ezra 8 and 50. For many great misery shall come in the latter days, or the latter end, to those that Salakia, that walk with great pride. All right, and that's 2nd Ezra, the 8th chapter, verse 50. All right, because these people have been walking in great pride for quite some time, and now, hey, we're entering that time of great judgment that happened upon the face of the earth, around the four corners of the earth. All right. I don't think that is. I'm trying to get this damn bus or whatever, but nonetheless, I'm gonna continue speaking. Make sure they ain't it. Anyway, verse 15, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another. All right, civil unrest. All right, civil war is coming, and that's what's going on in the world now. Civil unrest, man. All right, you got people fighting or going against other peoples of higher ranking authority members. All right, government officials. All right, and even another thing that the elder Apostle Tahar dealing with, that shooting with that Kirk fella he brought out something else, that all the HBCU schools, all the so-called black universities, was on high alert, and they had to shut down their campuses due to the simple fact that these motherfuckers was in an uproar, and it's in so much of an uproar, they had to blame, niggas, That's why I'm saying, man, at the end of the day, we got to get the fuck out of here, because no matter what we do or what we don't do, we still going to get blamed for everything, man. People automatically blame, niggas, spics, so-called Mexicans and, Latinos and wetbacks, which is the Mexicans. They blame all of us for all the destruction that's going on in the world. Ultimately, they're going to blame the prophets, especially when this thing hit full throttle and there's no stopping it. Because there's still some peace and security in Babylon, the Great America. And as I was working there, all I could have think about, like, damn. Meanwhile, these other, people in the world are going through starvations. They protesting, in the midst of war. But meanwhile, living in Babylon the Great, we, everybody at their day-to-day job, listening to the American music. Certain people, getting paid and blah, blah, basically thinking that things are going to continue. But nah, man, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is going to catch you motherfuckers like a thief in the night. All right? Verse 15 again. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And the modern day sword is the gun. So eventually, and which we are seeing right now, this is all the beginning stages and the beginning of sorrows. We're seeing individuals mounting up with weapons, man. I'm talking about the American people. All right. And then you have certain, officials, military men or policemen that encourage the American people to low-key prepare for civil unrest, prepare for martial law and this and that, the third, because that's what's in the air. That's what's in the atmosphere. Ultimately, that's prophecies. All right, whether you people believe it or not. And that's what the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai has set up. All right, Amos chapter 3, verse 6. All right. Shall it be evil in the city and the Lord have not done it? Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is in control of all the good and the bad and the ugly that's going on all across the world. Tsunamis, attacks, civil unrest, poverty, starvation. All right, all these things, man, it's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Because ultimately, through great violence, the kingdom of heaven is going to be established, man. Lord Yahweh Shai is going to come back and destroy this place, man. All right. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, and evading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and of course their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. All right, and that's ultimately dealing with the protesting, man. That's what's going on in the world. A whole bunch of protesting, whole bunch of civil unrest. People not trusting in the government, not trusting in nobody, man. All right, and they're ultimately preparing for death and destruction that's about to come upon the planet Earth. All right, like I said, we are literally in the beginning stages of sorrows. All right, you can read, we in the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter, Mark 13, Luke 21. We are all in that midst, man. All right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, he's about to throw down Babylon the Great America because of the great pride that this place is living in. Because this place, the people and, this place as well, they really thought that this place wasn't going to go down, man. But now we're experiencing it. And sooner or later, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is going to bring that swift destruction to Babylon the Great. And once it hit, it's going to be too late, man. Jacob's trouble is going to be here. All right. Next is going to be the MOTB, the MARK. All right. Then the nuclear destruction, the missiles, and then the kingdom of heaven, man. All right. So with that, I'm going to close out due to the time frame. And I'm going to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak, double honor to the elders and apostles, a great millstone that teach us this truth. Peace, love, and blessings to the elect scattered around the four corners of the earth, mainly in Babylon the Great. All right. Till next time, I say shalom.